Yo, what's going on guys? It's Dill here from Timeless and welcome to another video. So in today's video, it's going to be a pretty minor thing, but a lot of you guys may not think too much of it, but it is a very important factor when it comes to sneakers. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about Boost. So in the past 2016, moving into 2017, the Ultra Boost, the NMDs, and a lot of other boot sneakers, including the Pure Boost, have all been very successful for Adidas, bringing them lots of money, and honestly, were very successful in the cushioning system market because a lot of people were looking for comfortable sneakers at that time, and they definitely brought that foot forward. So the thing I am going to be talking about in today's video, which I talked about multiple times on my channel, is the very minor things that people kind of turn their heads to that they don't really realize Adidas is doing currently and how they're kind of innovating. So I did make a bunch of videos saying that they're not really innovating and reaching their top potential when it comes to Boost, but one thing that a lot of people didn't really notice is what they did with the NMDs. Now, a lot of people commented under my videos on the NMDs that I was talking about where you can't feel the boost, and that was specifically towards the R1s. If you guys have ever tried on a pair of NMD R1s or even the XR1s and the City Sock R1s, all of those sneakers you cannot feel the boost whatsoever. I mean, it just feels like a regular insole. It's basically like wearing a Van. The entire pods themselves completely reduce the feeling and the squishiness of the boost and definitely prohibit it from being as good as it potentially could be. So one thing that a lot of people may not really have noticed, or a lot of people even didn't talk about when the release actually happened, is the R2s, the City Sock R2s, the NMD R2s, and they're super nice. When it comes to these sneakers, I think that they're definitely a lot better than the R1s. Adidas definitely took a lot of tips and they definitely put it into these sneakers, and a lot of people actually didn't buy these sneakers, and now the reason behind this is because maybe they did it at the wrong time. The NMDs were kind of going downhill. A lot of people really weren't talking about them much anymore. They were still hyped up, but not a lot of talk and not as much popularity as in the past, so they really weren't flying off shelves like they used to. Now I can go into an Adidas store, a Foot Locker, a Champs, anything like that, and I could pick up a pair of R2s. Now I went into all of these stores. I actually felt the R2s themselves. I'm unable to purchase them right now just for financial reasons, but before I make all these videos, I definitely make sure I know what I'm talking about. So I went to all these stores, tried on every single pair of Ultra Boost, the R2s, and the NMD R1s that I personally have, I brought with me, and I felt them side to side in a comparison. Now the results of that comparison were definitely huge, and definitely a lot of people didn't notice it. So now the first thing that a lot of people did notice with the R2s is the fact that they did remove the pods. Now a lot of people didn't really think that was a big deal. I personally did think it was, because the actual iconic look of the two pods on the side of the NMD is kind of the look that originally made them so big. It was unique, it was different, and it did take away from the comfort of the sneaker, but aesthetically it did look really nice. So I would have preferred if they added something different, maybe reduced how big the pods were, something like that, but still kept them there, increasing the cushioning and making it better feeling, more cushioning, because the NMD R1s you couldn't really feel the cushioning because of the pods, but if they were to make them smaller in the R2s or something like that, it definitely would have been comfortable while still keeping the iconic silhouette. So there, it's kind of a downside, but what they did do is remove them, and it made these sneakers so much more comfortable. When I did go to the store, the results that I felt were on my NMD OGs, which is an R1 with the prime knit uppers, and then I felt another pair of the NMD R2s in store, and I felt them side by side. I did some cushioning tests, and personally, it was so much more comfortable. The fact that I was actually wearing a sneaker that didn't even have prime knit on it for the R2s, it was actually so comfortable. I don't know why it was so comfortable. It was so much different than the OG NMDs that I was wearing on my feet, and I felt it to be definitely a huge innovation when it comes to Adidas. Now, people originally thought that they just changed the color, the actual layout of the Boost itself. As you guys can see, it is a scale pattern, but that's not all that they did. By reducing the actual pods themselves, taking them out, removing them completely, it basically made it into almost like a Pure Boost. It's uncaged, it just has that one pod on the inside, which definitely helps with your arch and definitely helps for support there, but reducing those pods on the sides definitely made the sneaker more comfortable. Now here's the issue, they definitely took away a huge iconic part of the sneaker, but made it more comfortable. So the conversation I want to start with you guys is, do you want to give up design for comfort? A lot of you guys are definitely into comfort right now. Ultra Boost is definitely definitely on the hype. NMDs were definitely on the hype for their aesthetics, not necessarily the boost, but it did have boost on it. So I want to hear from you guys. Would you rather give away, you know, the aesthetics of a sneaker to have it be a lot more comfortable, or, you know, change up an iconic sneaker which had the pods on it originally, made it as big as it was because of the uniqueness of the sneaker, and make it more comfortable at the same time, or just keep the sneaker exactly the same and keep it so you can't feel the boost but still have the boost there for literally no reason? So I want to hear what you guys want to say below. Let me know your opinions, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, remember to leave a like and subscribe. Also click the post notification button for a post notification on every time I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.